Hi everyone, thank you for joining us as we begin the second half of Avalue e-channel webinar. My name is Jason Liu, Product Director of Avalue Technology. Today, I'd like to share the successful case with you, which we're working with our customer for a long time on the life science applications. Before I started, I guess some of you may wonder, how did you define the life or life science? So let's take a look of these slides. So you can see from the focus segment of Avalue Health business. In the part of the life and lab science, you can see two parts. These are the two major parts we focus on for the life and lab science. So first one is a biology analysis, so which including the blood analyze and the cell analyze, all these kind of related analyze examining machine. And the second part is about the eye examination. So it's including the ophthalmology and the optometry. So these are the two major focus for the life and the lab science for the Avalue healthcare segment. So coming to the next question, so what kind of product usually for this kind of vendors they look for? So because we know that this kind of product is used as like HMI, the human machine interface for these kind of devices. So usually they are looking for like embedded boards or like a semi-finished products for them to integrate into their machines. So they are looking for this kind of like open frame or like an embedded motherboard. So this looks like very general. So do they have any special requirement for these kind of products? Yes, for sure. For example, like the first requirement they require, they ask for is usually the life cycle guarantee. So the reason is like this kind of machine, like a medical machine or like examining machine, they need a very long time testing, approved, and certified. So they want a very stable supply for the computing system. They don't want to change anything after they certify these products. So the life cycle guarantee is very important for them, so they can save a lot of time to do this kind of reset, recertify or retesting for the extra resources to do these kind of things. So this is the first requirement, and the second requirement will be the semi-finished products. So usually we know our customer for building this kind of system or machine. They are more professional in building like examination functions. So they don't want to spend too much time on integrating our computing system, like a motherboard, panel, or touch, all this kind of computer system or components together. So they would like to prefer to spend more time on their examination functions. So if we can offer this kind of like semi-finished products, they can save they can make their life easier. So they can save a lot of time for them. So very easily to integrate their system, our computing system, into their machine. So it can save a lot of time for them for development time and also make the product to go to the market earlier. So they can have this kind of product earlier and ready very soon on the market. So that's the second one. And the last one is like later I will show you some like a success case. You will see this kind of machine. Some of them are very tiny and very compact. So they are looking for something like a very compact motherboard, embedded motherboard, and like a 7-inch or 10-inch panel or touch panel. So this is very important. So if we do have this kind of products, they can very easily to integrate this kind of computing system into their machine. So Avalue offers all these kind of like an embedded motherboard or like a semi-finished product, like we call the open frame solutions to our customer for especially for the HMI for this kind of life and lab science. Okay, so today I would like to emphasize our Avalue open frame solutions. This is a perfect solution for the HMI or especially for the life and lab science. So for this kind of solution, we have a whole series of products. We have a very complete platform, including like x86 Intel Atom for the entry. So if you are looking for the higher performance, you can use like Core i motherboards. And also we have like ARM-based products, such as like a Rockchip. And also we will have like MTK i350 in the coming quarters. And for the panel size, we have from the 7-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, up to the 20.5-inch. This is all the standard products. That means you can buy like 1-piece, 2-piece from us. No extra units. You don't need like extra MOQ for these kind of products, and unless you need like customization or for different kind of sizes. So for all this kind of choice, you can choose from the 7-inch to 21.5 inches. And also, all our products can support like multiple operating system. For example, like Android, Linux, and Windows. So this depending on what kind of operating system you are running for your applications. So you can choose different kind of platform to run your application on your machines. And I think the most important thing will be the easy integration. Just like I mentioned, this is a semi-finished products. So you can have all our like mechanical data or like all development data. So you can just use our data to integrate or to design this kind of product into or embed this kind of product into your machine. So it is very easy. So that means you can shorten your development time to make the product to ready on the market very soon. And that also means you don't have to spend too much human resources on developing this kind of products. So that means the total cost will be lower compared to if you want to start from scratch. And also we provide like different kind of mounting keys, so you can mounting our products to different kind of mechanical designs. And I think just like I mentioned in the previous page, the longevity, the guaranteed life cycle is very important. So for all our standard products, we can guarantee at least like 3 to 5 years or more than 5 years, depending on the platform. Okay, so I think that's why customers choose Avalue products, or why customers choose our open frame solution for this kind of advantage. So if you do have this kind of requirement or you do have this kind of project, feel free to contact us for these kind of awesome products. Next, I'm going to share some like success case we've been working with our customer. So hopefully this can help you to understand more about the life science and how our customer why the customer choose Avalue products to overcome some challenges. Okay, so the first one you can see, this is for the nucleic acid extraction system. So for this customer, they used to use like a consumer tablet, like a 7-inch tablet. But unfortunately, the tablet is always like a discontinued or EOL in 1 year. So this caused a big trouble for our customer because they have to retest, reassembly, and to do recertify, so over and over. So it's caused a lot of trouble and it caused a lot of human resources and the development resources on developing these kind of products. So they turn to us to looking for something like they can fit into their machine with longevity. So they eventually choose our OFT 07. So that's open frame 7-inch solutions. For this one, we can guarantee 5 years life cycle, and also another disadvantage for this kind of consumer tablet is like it doesn't have the sufficient I/O for them to connect to different kind of accessory. So for them, this is a perfect solution for them to embed it in their system with a longer life cycle. And the next one is the fully automatic unit analyzer. So for this one, this analyze, they want to use the Windows 10 based products. So because they need this kind of system analyzer to connect to the hospital HIS system, so they can download like a patient's data directly to this machine. So to match the analyzed data with the patient data. So they used to use the like consumer products and they use like Android, so it doesn't work. So they eventually choose, because you can see this one is very compact, so they cannot use like a standard or consumer motherboard. This is quite big, so they choose our 3.5-inch atom base. This is a very compact board, so they can perfectly fit into their mechanical design. So in this case, they use the Intel x86 Atom system platform to build their like this unary analyze very easily and to shorten their development time cycle. And also we can guarantee the life cycle too. So they are very happy with this kind of solution. So this is the one. And the next one is the therapy laser. So for this one, this customer, they do have two different types, or we call different two models. One is the 7-inch for the entry. Another one is 10-inch for higher levels products. But they don't want to test two different kind of products. So luckily, they found us that we do have this kind of open frame 7-inch and 10-inch. They have the same motherboard, so that means they don't have to test the two motherboard at the same time. So they just test one, so they can adapt this product into their product series at one time. So it also saves a lot of time for them. And of course, they need also ask for the 5 years life cycle guarantee also. So we can guarantee this. We can have this kind of stable supply for at least 5 years for them. So this is another example. This is another interesting application too, is the stem cell incubator. So for this one, is more interesting. Is like they have a special requirement. It's like RS-232, which is the serial port. So they have to. You can see on the picture, they have like 10 incubators. So they have to control this through the serial port. So, but basically, right now you cannot see this kind of connector or this kind of signal from the consumer products. So that's why they choose our open frame 7-inch to embed it on this kind of products using the serial port to connect with this incubator as a HMI. And also we do also for this one, we do the customization for the Android OS for them too. So this is very easy for them to integrate these products into their this kind of incubator machines. Another one, this is for the refraction, vision, analyze, and the diagnosis products. So this is one of our customers. They're doing this kind of eye examination machine. But this one, because they need to capture some like a picture or video, so they need a like high performance CPU performing. So they choose one Core-i series mini-ITX, but they still need like a very industrial grade motherboard. So they choose our industrial grade mini-ITX Core-i motherboard to integrate this motherboard inside this machine with our customized service, including the BIOS, including the LVDS firmware, so to make their product to run very smoothly. In this way, we also offer this kind of different kind of customization service for our customer to help them to make their development easier. And the next one is a similar one. It's also the refractive or Corneal analyzer. So this is the same thing. So they use the video or the image to analyze or to do this kind of eye examination. So they also use the customized industrial grade mini-ITX. And for this one, they have some special requirement for I/O. So we, just like I said, we can do the customization service with like a limited MOQ. So we do this kind of customization for them, and they are very happy with our service, and they can easily integrate this kind of motherboard into their machine. Next one, so this is a specular microscope. So this one, as you can see, this is not a very big machine, so they also need a very compact motherboard inside this machine. So they also choose our 3.5-inch embedded board. For this one, they also require us to do more. For example, like they require us to provide like memory, storage, cables, all this kind of approved accessory. So this is another service we can do for our customer. We can provide all our approved accessory you need. So you don't have to outsource this by yourself. So you can save a lot of time, save a lot of cost for doing this. And the last one will be this one is called the electronic measurement for the optician. So this is the machine they use in the optical store. So when, for example, a customer, they want to do the eye examination or they want to have the glasses, so they go to the optical store. So optician will do this kind of examination for them, then choose the degree for the glasses for the customer. So for this one, this is very interesting because as you can see from the picture, actually there's one camera inside. So for this one, we have a capture card on our motherboard. So we use the camera and the capture card to capture the eyes, the video from the customer, and to do the analyze and to do the computing. So we can figure out what kind of glasses will fit for the customer. So the major challenge for this one is like the dimension need to must be very compact, and the CPU have to be very powerful because they have to process all the video or the image. Okay, so we have to design one customized, powerful Core i box PC. And another thing is the EMC processing or optimization. So because we know there's one camera and also there's one motor inside this machine, so I have to control up down of the camera. So there will sometimes there will be noise to affect the computing. So we do a lot of optimization for them to fix this kind of problem. From this this case, you can see we can do different kind of service or different kind of customization for our customer to overcome all this kind of challenge. This is pretty much all the information I'm going to share with you today. Hopefully all this information can help you to understand more about life and lab science and understand all the advantage Avalue products can bring to you. If you do have any question, please feel free to contact with us anytime. Thank you very much.